Hi, we're here at Kemp Real Estate. Today is November 21st, Monday, here in Holiday, Florida. And we want to talk to you buyer agents about some hot points that HUD has, some new information, so we can all have some nice smooth transactions on our HUD properties. One of the most important things that was misunderstood is the electronic signing. The first original offer must be a wet sign in blue ink. No electronic signings of the original offer package. It must be blue ink, wet signed, okay, and complete. Remember, HUD does not do any repairs unless it's asked for in the contract. They're as is, but Jenny's going to talk more about that in her little blip. The HUD Home Store site. Please visit the HUD Home Store site and get familiar with it on the properties, because when you go to a particular property, you can print out the flyer for that particular property, okay, and it gives you some good information regarding the property, like it tells you if it's FHA 203K available, okay. The other important thing when you go to the HUD Home Store, please go to the Amendments tab. On the Amendments tab, you will find a report that's called the Property Condition Report, or the PCR. This is a really important form for you to print out and go over with your client, because when the field services acquire these properties, they use a generator to power the properties up, and they pressure test the water lines. And on this report, it will give you information regarding the air conditioning system, the electrical wiring, the appliances, the plumbing, the water heater, the sewer septic system, and the roof. And it'll tell you right there, I mean, it's vague, but it'll give you an idea that, yeah, we generated the house up, the air conditioning was functioning, or it wasn't functioning, and these are the reasons. Electrical appliances, these are functioning or they're not functioning. So this is kind of a nice little report that'll give you some information for your buyer, so they know what they're walking into. Another thing that's very important, investor buyers, please go to the property before you submit your offer. It really will eliminate a lot of grief and aggravation for everybody, that you've been to the property, you know what it looks like. Please don't submit your bid and then after you've been awarded the bid, view the property, and then the next day cancel. It causes a lot of paperwork for everybody, for you and for us, because you've got to go through the whole contract offer process. And if you would have previewed the property in person, that would have been eliminated because you're canceling. Okay, so use the property condition report as a determination for if you really want to go look at this property or not. The other thing is the amendment tab in the HUD Home Store also gives you information you can use, like where you send your contract package that is wet signed with blue ink 2 days after your bid has been confirmed, okay? The other thing it gives you, this is the same thing. So please use the HUD Home Store website, go to the amendment tab, print those reports for your clients, let them know that, oh, here's a property condition report, here's instructions that we can use, here's a copy of the HUD flyer so you can look at it. Where's mine? All right, let's see. What else did I have to talk about? I think that's all the big things that I wanted to go over. Is it's really important for the blue ink. Not that I want to keep going over that, but it's really important. No more electronic signatures, they will be rejected. And make sure that when you're putting your contract package together, you go over every single line item with your client. And also remember that not just the selling broker, the selling agent has to sign some of the paperwork. You also have to have some signed by your broker. Very important, okay? So just make sure you read through the documentation and know what you're doing. Now Jenny's going to go over a few things with you.
I'm going to discuss inspections on HUD home properties. You are allowed to do a home inspection, and we highly recommend it. But the inspection is for the buyer's information only. The properties are being sold as is, whereas with no guarantees or warranties in regards to the systems or the condition. The PCR document, the property condition report that's in the HUD home store for each property is very informative. That will help you in regards to condition, current condition, and what to expect during the home inspection. The buyers are allowed to turn utilities on if it's safe. The HUD property management team will manage the application for utilities. You fill out an application to have water and electricity turned on. If it's safe, then they will give the buyer approval. They can turn on electric and water for their home inspection. It can be left on for 48 hours and turned off the day after inspection.
Now, can I just ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Not to just interact with you, but is that only for owner occupants?
Everyone is allowed to do
Everybody,
home inspection.
even investors are allowed?
Everyone
okay,
is allowed.
just so we're clear on that, everyone's allowed for that 15-day inspection period.
Everyone is allowed, yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And they will allow water and electricity if it's safe. Sometimes they'll allow electric and not water, water and not electric.
Mm-hmm.
But we highly recommend that you have one. And that's all I wanted to discuss on that.
Okay, you want to talk about the...
Oh, extensions, contract extensions. If you're already under contract and you need to extend based on the loan, you need a loan contingency, longer time to process the loan, or an extension for the close date mainly would be your number one extension is for the close date. You need to send 3 documents as the buyer's agent. The buyer's agent is the one who sends the amendment, the addendum to extend the contract close date to HUD or Sage. You need to include current proof of funds or current pre-approval letter, documents supporting the reason for the extension, and also so the extension form, current pre-approval or proof of funds, and documents supporting the reason for the extension. So it should be 3 documents. They will reject the extension or the amendment if they are missing documents. And they've been seeing this frequently lately. It was an item that we just discussed. And make sure that everything, all 3 documents are clear and legible, easy to read. And they need at least 2 days to process the amendment. So you need to get the extension request to Sage HUD 2 days minimum before the expiration date.
And make sure that you're going to the sageacq.com website for the forms. There's everything you need is going to be there. If you're buyer's and owner occupant, all your documentation is going to be available to you through that website. Our goal is always when you do have a contract and an offer that you've submitted in, and you get that email saying that you are the awarded bid winner, you know, we want to have a nice smooth transition to where your package is already 100%, you know, and that you just have to get that earnest money deposit to the listing agent within 2 days. So remember, if it's something of a sale price that's under $500, the earnest money is $500, and anything that's over $50,000, your earnest money is $1,000. It has to be delivered to the listing office via overnight delivery, and the check must be made payable to the title company that the buyer has selected. Okay, that's really important that, you know, you're using title companies that really know what they're doing with these HUDs, because sometimes these HUD properties can get a little bit challenging, complicated.
Yes.
You know, and we don't get a lot of one-on-one interaction with the people on our side, being the listing agent. You know, it's basically communication via email.
Lots of communication.
Yeah.
Yes.
So watch for our properties. Kemp Real Estate, we're in Holiday, Florida. We have 2 properties right now that are available for sale, and they're both in Hudson. So have a look and see what we've got. We'd love to work with you, and thank you for taking the time to watch our little podcast.
Thank you.